Hello dear friends, and welcome to our thought-provoking discussion on the world's most pressing developments. If you have a moment, sit back, relax, and join me in exploring the complexities of global power, struggles, and the shifting tides of our modern era. Setting the stage, a world in flux. From Russia's ongoing war in Ukraine to the relentless violence in Gaza, and from the geopolitical rivalry between China and Taiwan to regional tensions in places like the Democratic Republic of Congo, Rwanda, and Sudan. The global landscape seems to be continuously on edge. Beyond these immediate conflicts, we are also witnessing a widespread pushback against the so-called globalist agenda of the 21st century. President Trump in the United States criticizes the deep state in Europe for right-moment surge. Meanwhile, mainstream institutions grapple with how to respond, reminding us that beneath the headlines, deeper ideological shifts are taking place. Okay. And second, I want to talk about diplomacy in Turkey. One of the most noteworthy diplomatic moves is happening in Istanbul, where Russian-American officials plan to discuss the Ukraine crisis. Turkey's balanced posture, maintaining dialogue with both Moscow and Kiev, has turned it into a rare and trusted intermediary. It's fascinating to see a country often described by outsiders as a resurgent empire, while internally dealing with its own complexities. In a world with such overlapping agendas, perhaps no nation is immune to the tensions that arise when global interests collide with domestic realities. And third, about United States-Ukraine relations. On Washington, Zelensky prepares for critical talks on rare minerals. This agreement falls short of an explicit security guarantee. Rather, it promises assistance. Assistance is part of a broader narrative where fiscal and political interests merge. From the cost of the war, estimated at hundreds of billions of dollars, to the base on undefined extensions of presented terms. In the midst of it all, Trump's approach showcases his transactional style, discharging previous agreements if it benefits American interests. It is a reminder that states operate under fluid alliances and shifting pledges. Third, about Europe, Russia, and the shadow of story. Europe remains concerned about its own role. Russia has signaled that if Western companies want to operate in Russia after a ceasefire, they must also do business in the annexed territories of Ukraine. This is not just about economics. It's about legitimizing territorial claims through commerce. If we trace the historical threat, like the 2014 events in Ukraine, the annexation of Crimea, crime, and early color revolution, Russia invaded crimes in Ukraine at 2014. And early color revelations, we see an ongoing clash of surprise of influence that redefines borders, trade routes, or national identities. What's Trump's vision? I think wealth and immigration. But opposite of immigration, yes, turning to domestic matters in the United States, Trump's plan to grant long-term visas to anyone investing $5 million reveals a starkly pragmatic side. When period with his stance on unsecular migrants. It underscores an ideology that prioritizes vote and strategic alliance. Simultaneously, hints of welcoming Russian oligarchs further demonstrate a willingness to jettison moral or ideological consistency in favor of economic gain. Oh, good. Okay, let's talk about AR Gold Rush, a geopolitical arms race. Critical minerals and rare earth elements are the new strategic resources. In an era defined by technology, the West sounds being poured into AI. For example, Apple's $500 billion announcement, Meta's plan for a $200 billion AI campus, Alibaba's $53 billion investment indicate how digital power stands at the core of 21st century influence. Whichever nation secures these key elements and finds AI capabilities, the fastest will likely dictate global standards. By controlling critical resources, the United States and China vie for technological supremacy, while Russia, with its own reserves, becomes a potential red card in forging alliance. And cultural rebounds and societal shifts. Interestingly, demographic and cultural trends in the United States reveal a counter-movement to the long-observed rise in secularism. Some polls suggest Christianity is seeing renewed interest among younger groups, partly in response to progressive social policies that many families find overwhelming. Non-black European nations like Hungary propose limiting certain demonstrations in the name of protecting public values. Following ongoing debates about human rights and freedom of expression, these cultural battles, Hayden Bennett, run political narratives remain central to understanding the soul of modern societies. Final verse. Our world is a tapestry interwoven with conflicts, alliances, ideological battles, and emergent technologies. Tensions between Russia and the West, the United States and China, and regional powers across multiple continents suggest we are at a crossroads. Nations scramble for resources like critical minerals, while debates rage about sovereignty, identity, and the boundaries of social norms. In such turbulent times, perhaps the most critical lesson is the need for understanding and empathy. The choices made by global leaders impact the lives of ordinary people. Families in Gaza, farmers in Ukraine, entrepreneurs in Africa, as power structures shift, each of us can still choose how we respond. Do we succumb to cynicism, or do we engage thoughtfully with the world around us? Thank you for listening to this reflective look at global affairs. Until next time, let's keep asking questions, seeking common ground, and approaching these complex events with curiosity and hope. See you later.